What's up, YouTube? This is Martin Anderson. I just wanted to make this video today to talk about how I was able to get approved for American Express in my first year of having credit of any kind of account. I was always raised that credit was bad, that if you had credit or had to borrow money, you were in a bad financial position. But clearly I was wrong because I was looking for different places to move, and you needed a good credit score, and my score was zero. I had no credit. I only used my checking account, my debit card. I only paid with cash. It's because that's how I was brought up. So in my first year, I was able to build up from secured cards all the way up to American Express. And I'm going to show you how I did that right now. So the first card I got was a secured credit card. I got it through BECU. That's the credit union that I have. I live in Seattle, so this is a credit union that we have based out of Seattle. It's Boeing Employees Credit Union. I don't work at Boeing. But it's the credit union that I'm a part of. I'm going to cover these numbers up. So this is the first card that I got. I got this with BECU, and basically it's a secured credit card. So you put a deposit down, and they give you a credit card back for that same amount. So I put down $500, and they gave me a $500 credit line. So I just used it for little small purchases. Kept my utilization really low, and around that same time period, I got the Discover It card, so I got this one, and did the same thing, just small purchases. And I also opened up the Capital One Platinum secured card. So I had those three as kind of my foundation. So I built those from the start. So I had those running for about 6 to 7 months. I made all my payments on time. I would charge little small purchases on them and pay it off. Put a small purchase on it, pay it off. And I did that for 6 or 7 months. Built up some history, so I opened these up in June of 2020. So around January, so again about 6-7 months, I decided to get the Apple card. I got a lot of the stuff in the mail because I'm always buying Apple products, so I kept getting emails and letters in the mail about the Apple card. So I opened it up. This was my first unsecured credit card. And they approved me for $3,000. That was my first unsecured credit card that I had to put no deposit down. This is unsecured line of credit. And then 2 days later, because again I'm based out of Seattle, so a common airline that we use here is Alaska Airlines. So every time you fly, they advertise a new welcome bonus for the Alaska Airlines Visa card, and it's with Bank of America. So I thought I might as well try it. I mean, I've made all my payments on time. So I got the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Mileage Plan card. A second unsecured credit line, I was initially approved for $1,600. So these are ones that I got after six to 7 months of paying my secured credit cards. So a few months later, I have 2 phones with Verizon. So I am a Verizon customer. So I opened up the Verizon card. This is with Synchrony Bank. Synchrony Bank is usually a little easier to get approved for. I got approved for about $1,800. My initial credit limit was about $1,800. So those first two, the Apple and the Alaska, that was in January. This Verizon one I opened in March. So I opened it 2 months later after making on-time payments with those unsecured lines. So I took a little break. I wanted my history and my foundation to continue building. I knew that I wanted American Express, but I wanted to wait as long as possible, just so I didn't want to get denied. I didn't want the hard inquiry. I didn't want the knock on my credit and not get it and then kind of damage that relationship with them. So I waited it out. I made my payments on time. I was patient. And then I'm recording this August 2nd, 2021. I applied on July 11th, 2021. So literally a year to the date, just about, where I opened up credit, and I was able to get approved for the Gold card, the American Express Gold card. And it has no preset limit, which doesn't mean unlimited spending. There are limits. So when you get approved in the app, you can check your spending power and see what you are initially able to spend. And from my knowledge, I've only had the card not even a month, but from my knowledge, if you continue to make payments, they increase your limits, and there's no preset limit. So on your credit report, so like for these other ones, like for Apple Card, now the limits, I believe at 5,000, initially was 3. So they're really good with the increases, but it'll usually say credit limit 5,000. When you have an American Express charge card where there's no preset limit, it says NA. so it doesn't affect your utilization. So that's really helpful, and obviously the rewards are great. But if you're looking to get American Express, and it is a prestige card, it's a card that everybody wants, but it's actually easier to get than you might think. I thought it was going to be a while, at least a couple years before I was able to get it, because I was reading reviews and people that had applied, and they said that the average age of your accounts is really important and that you needed to have a really, really solid foundation. And the time that I applied, my credit score, so they pulled Experian, my credit score was 708 for Experian. For Transunion, it was about 690, and Equifax was 713. I had, I believe, 5 or 6 inquiries on Experian. Transunion, I only had 3 or 4, and Equifax, I had 2. So those were my my details on my report when I applied. Like I said, I made all my payments on time. Obviously, you don't want any derogatory marks, any negative marks on your credit. And usually, I mean, I've heard of people getting approved with a 670, a 660. A lot of things go into your application. It's not just your credit score, it's your income. It's everything that goes into what's on your report. So it's different for everybody, but I decided to take the shot, and I was approved. To be honest, I was a little surprised that I was approved, but it's easier to get than you might think. And another thing is the average age of your accounts. So my oldest account was only a year and 1 month old, and the average age of my accounts was 9 months. That was the average, so it was less than a year. So it's definitely doable to get an American Express. Just it's not as hard as you might think. So this is my first video on this channel. I just wanted to explain my process in my first year of credit and my path to getting American Express, which I'm really happy to be a part of that family now. In a few months, I'll be applying for the Platinum card and a couple of other cards that I'm looking to add to my collection and continue to build with them. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to continue to make videos on here. A lot of these videos will be credit-based, investing, just things like that, just anything financial to set your portfolio up to continue to build and put more money in your pocket using credit cards and things of that nature. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you for supporting. And like, subscribe, comment, because it'll help get this video out to somebody else who maybe is looking to build their credit back up or is looking to get American Express. I want to help as many people as I can. So thank you guys. Have a blessed one, and I'll see you guys again soon.